Hi there YouTube, it's me, Josh, and I wanted to do a movie review today on a movie that I have really mixed emotions about. And the movie is this movie here. Wait, sorry. There. This one here. Prom Night. Made in the year 1980, so it's fairly old. Now, I just want to point out one thing. The only reason why I bought this movie was because it was selling for $5 as at cheapest chips, and as you can see, double feature. How it features Prom Night 1 and Prom Night 2. I haven't seen the second one yet, but I'll be sure to do so sometime very soon. And just as a heads up, there are no spoilers in this review until the end, and I will warn you before they are coming. So right now you don't have to worry about spoilers. Okay, so as I said, I have really mixed emotions about this movie, and there was some stuff that were really good about this movie, and then there were other stuff that weren't so good. So the good things about this movie is the plot. Okay, now I'll just give a brief description of the plot. The plot is about, well, the film opens up where these, I think it's about 5 kids playing hide and seek, and one of the kids gets accidentally murdered from falling out a window. Like, it wasn't deliberate kill, but and then they all make a promise not to tell anyone. So then the police get very suspicious about what's going on, and they suspect that it's a child molester who lives around that area, and he gets put in jail for it. So the kids like accidentally frame him. Then 6 years later, the kids are getting ready for their prom, and the killer escapes and attacks the kids at their prom. Okay, now, so it does have a good plot, and it has a good cast. As you can see, it's Jamie Lee Curtis in this. Is in this, and we all know her as Laurie Strode from Halloween, and she does a pretty good job in this movie. She's in it, and the rest of the teenagers in this movie were fairly good. There were no weak performances that stood out, and generally the characters were good. Of all the teenagers, there's always one of a kind. You know, you've got that really overly protective girl who does not want to have sex at all. You've got the girl who's so fat but thinks she's cool, and you've got the guys who are just complete bad asses. So the characters were well done. Now, the flaws in this movie, there was some stuff that really annoyed me, because the killings were not very creative at all in this movie. It's sort of a slasher movie, but not really, because it's only really a slasher movie in the last third of the movie. The rest, it's just a build-up thing, and there's so much build-up to the prom night, and really what happens at the prom isn't really that exciting. So it's a little bit anti-climactic in that sense, and that annoyed me. And just in general, the killings in this movie were not very creative at all. So that was a bit of a letdown. So I'm not a massive fan of this movie, really. I mean, I've seen it once or twice. I might watch it again someday, but I'm not gonna watch it over and over and over again. See, I've had this DVD for over a year now, and I still have not got around to watching the second one, just because it just doesn't interest me. But it's annoying because the movie has such a good plot, but it's just not done right. It has all these subplots going on that really don't count, which like, a lot of this movie is just about teenage gossip, and it just doesn't really fit into this movie. So all the subplots in this movie are just pointless. I didn't like that either. So now I'm going to do a bit of spoiler talk just about the ending and stuff. So if you have not seen Prom Night, then don't watch the rest of this review. Okay, so spoilers. The ending where where the psychopath killer dies, his death was a bit anticlimactic, just because there was so much lead up to it, and the way he died wasn't all that great. So all in all, I didn't really like the ending of this movie. It didn't really do much for me. So really, overall, this movie is very average. It's just it does have some good bits about it. It's one of those movies that has big highs but big lows as well. So overall, it's I'd say it's an average movie. So I will be reviewing the sequel soon enough. This review has made me just to watch it at some point, even though I'm not that excited to watch it. And apparently there's 4 of them they made, but my disc only came with the first 2. So depending on whether the second one's any good, I might watch the rest of them. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys.